Good morning. I had to get my coffee. I was gonna use my coffee warmer, but I don't got enough plug-ins. Aw, thank you. I just left a really messy braid in it for about 2 days, and this is the result. You're welcome, girlfriend. Hi. Aw, y'all are so sweet. I just took the braids out, so. And put some oil in it to make sure it don't look all fizzy. Alright. Got issues. Here we go. Good morning. I'm not good at braiding my hair though. Like I always have an issue like in this area when I braid my hair. But it does the purpose. It does the purpose. That's all I care about. Y'all are so sweet. Good morning. Okay. I should have put my coffee in the microwave before I came in here. Y'all would in fact be so proud of me. I've been up since 5:10, and I, in fact, got all my morning stuff done I wanted to get done. And that is only my second cup of coffee. That's still only my second cup of coffee. And I ain't even, like, made a dent in it yet. Like, look at me go. Look at me go. And we'll try again tomorrow. Thank you. All right, Steve is going to warm my coffee up. Yes. Steve went and warmed it up. And I got some water. This is a super old cup. But can y'all see this? I've washed it a bunch of times in the dishwasher, which you're not supposed to do. So some of the, color is a little gone. But I made this cup at the beginning of 2022, and I done it as like a vision board type deal cup for myself. I done like Bible study and prayer, consistency, marketing, worship nights, do one thing that makes you uncomfortable every day, give back every month, focus on the things that help me stay mentally focused, family focused, 15,000 on TikTok. I've hit all these goals. It is so cute. But my other one's dirty, so this is my water cup this morning. Good morning. Thank you. Ow, Charlie. Rude. Charlie, you gotta go outside. No, don't go. Oh. Charlie already causing havoc this morning. Good morning. But I thought it was cute. So I've always held on to it to remind me, this was where the goal started. I do have water in that. I got my coffee and my water. Y'all would be proud. I've been doing good. I've been doing good on my little goals. This is an expressions Bible, a chronological order, so it goes in order as the events happen. So let's see. We talked about Exodus 3. So I think this morning I kind of do want to hit on Exodus 4 because it's really good. It's really good. And it goes along with our message that we had on Friday to start on Monday. Am I missing something? Exodus is so good. I'm not sure what that means, girlfriend. Login screen when I go to process. What do you mean by that? I get on our membership app right after Coffee Talk every morning. It's usually the first thing that I go to. So I will message all of you back as soon as we get off of here. Charlie. What are you doing? Why are you sniffing? Has he went outside? Charlie? Go eat food, dude. Yay, 2 more videos in Job. Oh, okay. Did you message me on Facebook or something? I will message you back. I will check all my messages today as soon as I get my day going. You will not need approval on the membership on the iPad. You will not. You need to use the link. You don't need approval. Nobody can even ask to be approved. You just need access to the link. Send me a message on email or Facebook, and I'll send you the link. There are many different days that the membership comes out. Message me in the app, and I can tell you what day yours does. I try to send emails before it goes out. I've been struggling. I need an administrator. I'm going to get it, though. I'm going to get it. Because I'm waking up at 5 a.m. now. So, I totally got my life together. You know? I mean, not really. Please don't hold me to that because I will never have my life together. But y'all get what I'm saying. All right, are y'all ready? Exodus 4. We're going to read it. Well, some of it. And we're going to talk about it. And it's so good. Are y'all ready? If you're ready, say I am. I did it. I did it, friend. Also, Charity, I read this whole book last night. The whole thing. Read the whole thing. Yes, sis. And then I woke my butt up. Y'all be proud I hit the snooze button this morning all of one time. One time, my friends. One time. Now, let's see if we can keep this enthusiasm up all week. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to tell you. It's really good. I just read it one night. All right. So it's called Forgiveness Through the Eyes of My Reflection. It's by Karina Tackett. I hope I'm saying her name right. She's actually local to me, and I never knew about her. And somebody brought her to my attention and told me she wrote a book. So I bought it, and I read it, and it's really good. I think I'm going to try to get her to speak at our conference. I'm going to reach out to her and try to make a connection and see what we can do. But the book's on Amazon, and it's really, really good. Y'all can screenshot it if you want to look at it. But it's super good. For lack of better words, she ended up... She got involved in drugs and ended up going to prison, and she ended up changing her life around. read the first part to them? I read the first part to Charity. Okay, I'll read y'all the first part and then we'll do our study. It's so good. Y'all ready? It's super short. Super short. It says, "Bring, bring." I answered the phone quickly. This is Harry with Census 2000. Spoke a deep voice on the other end. "I need to confirm an address for this phone number as we are doing an update." I responded, "The address you have is incorrect," and promptly gave them the correction. Census 2000 was a mandatory count of the population since Y2K. So I thought nothing of it. Our conversation was pleasant and I hung up the phone and proceeded to rest a little more before my mom and stepdad got home. "Bring, bring, who's calling now?" I thought. "Hello, yes, Karina?" A deep voice sounded familiar from just a few moments prior. "Yes, this is she." I didn't even finish my sentence because all of a sudden there was a banging on my front door. U.S. Marshals, come to the front door. Harry was no census worker. I had indeed told the U.S. Marshals where to find me. My ears began to ring and my heart pounded as I walked to the front door and opened it to the world unknown to me. Men and women with bulletproof vests were in my front yard. GUNS pointed at me as I opened the door and stepped out. Down to the ground I went. "Miss Holland, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided for you. This is my story." That's her little preference. Ain't that good? I am just popular this morning. My messages are blowing up. It is so good. The name of the book is Forgiveness Through the Eyes of My Reflection. We're going to be in Exodus 4 this morning. It is really good. I don't think you'll regret buying it. It's very good. I read the whole thing in one setting. It's only like 88 pages. It did take me about an hour and a half. I read it before bed last night though, but it's so good. So good. Okay. Are y'all ready, Freddies? We're going to be in Exodus 4. We're going to read a little bit and then we're going to talk about it. All right, so, but Moses protested again. "What if they don't believe me or listen to me? What if they say the Lord never appeared to you?" Then the Lord asked him, "What is that in your hand?" "A shepherd's staff," Moses replied. "Throw it down on the ground," the Lord told him. So Moses threw down the staff and it turned into a snake. Moses jumped back. Then the Lord told him, "Reach out and grab its tail." So Moses reached out and grabbed it, and it turned back into a shepherd's staff in his hand. "Perform this sign," the Lord said. "Then they will believe that the Lord, the God of our ancestors, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, really has appeared to you." Then the Lord said to Moses, "Now put your hand inside your cloak." So Moses put his hand inside his cloak, and when he took it out again, his hand was white as snow with a severe skin disease. "Now put your hand back in your cloak," the Lord said. So Moses put his hand back in, and when he took it out again, he was healthy as the rest of his body. The Lord said to Moses, "If they do not believe you and are not convinced by the first miraculous sign, they will be convinced by the second sign. And if they don't believe you or listen to you, even after those two signs, then take some of the water from the Nile River and pour it on the dry ground. When you do, the water from the Nile will turn into blood on the ground." But Moses pleaded with the Lord. "Oh Lord, I'm not good with words. I never have been, and I'm not now. Even though you have spoken to me, I get tongue-tied and my words get tangled." Then the Lord asked Moses, "Who makes a person's mouth? Who decides whether people speak or do not speak, hear or do not hear, see or do not see? Is it not I, the Lord? Now go, I will be with you as you speak, and I will instruct you in what to say." But Moses pleaded again, "Please, Lord, send anyone else." Gosh, that's good. Then the Lord became angry with Moses. "All right," he said. "What about your brother Aaron, the Levite? Yeah, there we go. I said it right. I know he speaks well, and look, he is on his way to meet you now. He will be delighted to see you. Talk to him and put the words in his mouth. I will be with both of you as you speak, and I will instruct you both in what to do. Aaron will be your spokesman to the people. He will be your mouthpiece, and you will stand in the place of God. And you will stand in the place of God for him, telling him what to say. And take your shepherd's staff with you and use it to perform miraculous signs that I have shown you. This is so good. Got big old birds flying out this morning. It ain't a bird, it's a vulture, I'm pretty sure. He's a little scary looking. He scared me a little bit. Okay, I love this. So if y'all remember on Monday, Friday. Friday was so good. And Friday, if you didn't watch it, it's up on YouTube, and I'm going to encourage you. This is almost like a part 2 to that, because I went over Exodus 3, and they're back to back, my friend. It was good. You need to go watch it on the YouTube. But, God has called Moses, and Moses don't want to go. Moses says, not me. You picked the wrong one. I'm not qualified for this. There's absolutely no way, right? The Lord said, no, sir, I've chosen the right one. I got this, but I need you to be in acceptance of it. I need you to go even when you don't feel like you can. And he's reminded Moses, I've asked you to do something, but I'm not asking you to do it by yourself, right? I'm going to be with you, okay? You're not going to be in this by yourself. I'm right here with you. I wouldn't ask you to do it and then leave you. I got this. Let's go together, right? He's reminded Moses of this. And he's told Moses. He's told him what's going to happen before it's going to happen. Okay? He's told. But now here we are again when Moses keeps on. Like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I'm unqualified. What if they don't listen to me? Right? He said, what if they don't believe me or listen to me? Moses was scared others wouldn't believe in him. God won't call us anywhere that he hasn't already prepared a way for us. And we need to remember that. We need to know that if God called you to that, he's already got a plan. He's already made a way. He already knows how this ends. You just don't. But you're wasting time disqualifying yourself because he didn't choose you by mistake. He didn't decide that this was your plan by mistake. He don't make mistakes, my friend. He already knew who you was, what you came with, what baggage you had. He knew every bit of that when he chose you. And he chose you anyway. He didn't choose you because you were qualified. He chose you because he knew you could do. You have spent this whole time disqualifying yourself from something you've been called to when he already knows everything that you did, everything that you've done, everything that you think disqualifies you. He's already got that. You don't got to tell him. He's not a God of mistakes. He didn't make a mistake when he chose you. So let's quit wasting his time with the protesting, okay? Just like Moses. And let's just jump right on in, okay? You don't got to tell God all the reasons you're disqualified. He's got it. He knows. He knew Moses wasn't a good speaker when he picked him. He knew that. He knew Moses was a murderer. He knew that Moses was going to be scared. He knew everything about this whole situation before he ever called him. And the same applies for you. Right? The same applies for you. But see, Moses had missed the fact of, I've had this on my Facebook. You know how you got like your cover on your Facebook? It's been on mine for years. I've never changed it. And I just won't. But it says, I think it says something along the lines of God confidence, weak in myself, but strong in God. Right? We have to learn how to be like that. How to be weak in ourselves. We'll never make it out here on our own. I don't care if you think you will, you won't. We'll never make it out here on our own. Because we are weak humans. Right? But we can be weak in ourselves all we want as long as we are strong in God. As long as we are holding on to everything that he's promised us. As long as we are going where he has called us, he's going to make a way. He's going to lead a way. We don't got to have it all figured out. And I think people miss that. And for the longest time, I really felt like I had to have it all figured out. Right? I've told this story a couple of times. I used to get really aggravated when I seen houses for sale. Because the longest time, I was disqualified from that. For the longest time, it would be like a straight up, nope, you don't qualify. No, this, no that, no this, no that. So I eventually just got mad and was like, this is ridiculous. I don't ever want to buy a house because I'm not, nope, this is it. I don't want to do that, right? I got mad about it. Because everything disqualified me. But listen, when it was the right time, when this house became available, the one that I was supposed to end up in, nobody could stop me. And everybody was wondering how I did it. Right? And it's funny because I prayed the whole time about this home. I said, Lord, I don't know how you're going to do it, but Lord, do it in a way where they can't deny you. That's how I prayed about the whole thing. Lord, I don't know how this is going to happen, but I'm going to need you to do it in a way where they can't deny who you are, my friend. Yep, that's what we do. Glory to you, my friend. Glory to you, okay? I'm with you, right? And he did. And I want you to know, I didn't even know he did. I did to an extent, but like there were people watching me, talking about me, that didn't come to my attention until a lot later after it happened, that were saying, she ain't going to get that. How could she possibly? She can't get that. No, there ain't no way she'll get out of this. She ain't going to get that. Ain't no way. Guess what? And now they're watching me wondering how I did it. But God, that's how I did it. That's how I did it. Because when God says you're qualified for something, nothing can disqualify you. And you need to understand that. You need to understand that if something has disqualified you from going in the direction that you're going, it's not meant for you. Accept that and keep going. We're too focused on this generation of, I want what I want, and if I just fight hard enough for it, I'll get it. Friend, even if you fight hard enough for it and you end up where you wanted to, but it's not in the will for you, you won't be fulfilled. It will serve no purpose. You will have got to say, I arrived. That's going to sum that right on up. It's not going to fill you. Okay? Stop chasing after a life that says, oh, I have everything I need. Chase after a life that says, God did this. Chase after a life that in every aspect of it, you can point to the one who gave it to you. That is what makes a life so fulfilling. I promise, because I've been there and I'm living it. I've been at the top of companies. I've made good money in other revenues of life, and none of them filled me. I got to a point where I could say, look, I did it, I arrived. And that didn't matter. Because none of that was where he was calling me. It wasn't until I went into what he called me to, scared, afraid, saying, I'm so sorry. I'm like, Lord, I don't know if I'll be able to do this. He said, I don't need you to. I just need you to move. I'll work through you. Listen, when he calls you, it's going to seem impossible. If you could do it by yourself, there would be no need for the Lord. He's going to call you to something so far out of your comfort zone. Listen, to be called to something, you got to be willing to stay in the waiting season. I stayed in the waiting season not knowing what my calling was for 10 years. Okay? Too often, we wish for the calling, but we have no idea what it's going to bring. We have no idea what it's going to bring. And yes, it'll bring blessing, but it can bring bad stuff too. And you got to get prepared, right? And I had to lose a lot of things to get here. I had to lose myself, but I also lost my husband. So, I lost my house. I lost everything but my children to be able to end up where I am today. So sometimes, listen, mine was 10 years. Abraham's was 24. Joseph's was 13. Moses was 80 years old when he was called. You have no idea when it's coming. But I can promise you your time in the waiting season is important. And it matters what you do while you're there. Everything that I did while I was in my waiting season prepared me for who I am now. Prepared me for where I was going to end up today. And I couldn't see it yet, but I do much so see it now. I see every aspect of it now. I do. I'm telling you what, it's some good stuff. But it was a hard road to get here. If we're still alive, we got time. Yes. Yes. Like, you are not disqualified, and I promise you got a calling on your life. But see, I think too, we look for our calling in like the obvious places, right? We be thinking, oh, well, I'm good at that. That's my calling. Not necessarily. I have a lot of skills. I have a bachelor's degree in Homeland Security and Emergency Management and a criminal justice degree in it. Or associates, sorry. So I graduated at 18 with an associate's in criminal justice, in criminology, and a high school diploma. At 23 years old, I had a bachelor's in Homeland Security and Emergency Management. I was sure I knew exactly where I was supposed to end up in this life. I knew it. I said, that's where I'm going to be. That's what I'm going to do. That's my calling. That's what I love. It wasn't. It wasn't. He called me here to a place where most people look at me and they say she is unqualified because I've been married 3 times. Divorced once, widowed once, and I'm in my last and final marriage now. Bless the Lord. Like, people will look at me and look at that. Oh, she's not qualified. She's been married. Oh, she's not qualified simply because she's a woman. They will look at my past and say she ain't qualified. But that didn't matter when the Lord called me. But you know what I had to do? Where Moses said, what if they don't believe me or listen to me? I had to put that off. Because they didn't. Okay, they didn't. Y'all see that post going around on the social media? It talks about how start a business and the people you thought was your friend would like run away, but then you'd make lifetime friends that became customers first. That's the truest statement I've ever heard in my life. Because when I decided to walk into my calling, everybody told me how disqualified I was. Nobody believed in me. No. They said, why is she teaching the Bible? She can't do that. A year ago, she didn't even pick it up and read it every day. Yeah, that's what they said. They said, she's a woman. They said, she's been married way too many times. She can't teach the word. Joke's on you. Now I ain't my friend. Because no matter what words you said, you couldn't disqualify me from my calling. And you didn't know where I was headed. Quite frankly, it was none of your business. Right? It's between me and the Lord. Thank you. But guess what? I've made so many friends. So many people who I love and love me. Like some of my bestest friends have come from this. From me building a business, from me teaching the word. Those people who I thought were my friends aren't here anymore, but he sent me the people I needed. I had to let go of the ones who didn't. It didn't matter if they listened or believed in me. God would send me the ones who did. He would send me who I needed. And he did. And he did. But I had to let go of what if they don't believe in me? So what if they don't believe in you? They don't know your calling. And it's like I've been saying over and over again, maybe you need to write it down. What he has called you to, nobody can disqualify you from. Nobody. Okay? You just keep on pushing through. Get through the hard stuff that leads to the good stuff, but you can't skip it. And that's where we're getting into. Hold on. Like Moses said, he pleaded with the Lord. Oh, Lord, I'm not good with words. Samesies, Moses. Samesies. Samesies, Moses. I never have been, no, not now. Samesies, Moses. Samesies. And the Lord reminded him, who made you? Who created you? I know what your weaknesses are. You don't got to tell me. Like he's like, you don't got to remind me. I know. Oh, that's so good. It's easy for us to focus on our weaknesses, but if God asks us to do it, then he's going to give us everything we need. And I want you to notice right here too, Moses pleaded again. Y'all, I know y'all like my hair like this, but it is covering me. Moses pleaded again, Lord, please send anyone else. Oh boy. Then the Lord became angry with Moses. All right, he said. What about your brother? Moses was so busy trying to disqualify himself, arguing with the Lord, right? And it even made the Lord a little like, Moses, stop it. You know, you ever just felt like the Lord looked at you, will you stop it? Because I do. I'd be like, I'm sorry. That's my bad. I'm sorry. You know? Lord be like, will you quit? You really get on my nerves down there. I know, Lord, my bad. My bad, Lord. Forgive me. I'm so sorry. Right? That's probably how they felt right there. Like, bro, I called you. I gave you everything you needed. Now, zip it. We're going to do this. You know? Sometimes the Lord got to be that parent. You ever talk to your kids like that? All right. But even though it made the Lord angry, right? Like frustrated, he gave him what he needed. He had compassion on Moses and said, okay, I'm sending your brother to meet you. He'll send you who you need. Oh, gosh. He will send you who you need. Please know that. I don't go live every day, but almost every day. Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Our food line order is running late. Thank y'all. Y'all posted. Okay. He gave Moses what he needed. Oh, I tell you what. Oh, goodness. Let's keep going real quick. It gets better. It gets better. Okay, it gets better. Gets better. All right, but we're going to skip. We got to skip a little bit. I don't know if we'll get through all that. Should I read the whole thing? Okay, let's not read the whole thing. All right, skip to Exodus 5. Go to Exodus 5. Okay, flip a page. This coffee don't even really taste good. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't know. I wish I could find out. I don't know. I love coffee. I don't know why it don't taste good. Weird. Okay. Might be the coffee creamer. All right, let's see. Where do I want to start? Exodus 5. Okay, so we're going to start at verse 6. Okay, verse 6. But I want to give you a little backstory. Okay, what has happened? Moses made a trip. His brother met him. All right, yada, yada. Moses got in front of Pharaoh, okay, and done what the Lord said, right? Told him. The Pharaoh said no. He struck his thing and turned into a serpent. And then Pharaoh called his wise men. His wise men performed the exact same miracle, right? Okay, here you go. That's where we are. I think. Give me 1 second. Maybe not. Maybe that first thing ain't happened yet. Go to Israel. I will not let Israel go from the Hebrews with a 3-day journey. Pharaoh replied, Moses, Aaron. Okay, wait, no. The striking thing ain't happened yet. Give me 1 second. I've been all over this morning. The striking the thing ain't happened yet. He's just went before Pharaoh, and he has said, let my people go, and Pharaoh said no. Okay, that's all that's happened. So, though, Pharaoh, took this so unseriously, for lack of better words, that he made the Israelites' life harder. Made their life harder. Verse 6, the same day Pharaoh sent this order to the Egyptian slave drivers and the Israelite foremen. Do not supply any more straw for making bricks. Make the people get it themselves, but still require them to make the same number of bricks as before. I'm going to be reading this rather fast because we got to get through this, and we got 20 minutes or so. Don't reduce the quota. They are lazy. Rude. That's why they're crying out, let us go and offer sacrifices to our God. Load them down with more work. Make them sweat. That'll teach them to listen to lies. So the slave drivers and foremen went out and told the people, this is what Pharaoh says. I will not provide any more straw for you. Go and get it yourselves. Find it wherever you can, but you must produce just as many bricks as before. So the people scattered throughout the land of Egypt to search and stubble to use as straw. Meanwhile, the Egyptian slave drivers continued to push hard. Meet your daily quota of bricks, just as you did when we provided you with straw. They demanded. They whipped the Israelite foremen that they had put in charge of the crew workers. Why haven't you met your quotas? They're slave drivers. Just imagine that. Verse 15. So the Israelite foreman went in front of Pharaoh, and pleaded with him. Please don't treat your servants like this, they begged. We were given no straw, but the slave drivers have demanded make bricks. We're getting beaten, and this isn't our fault. Your own people are to blame. But Pharaoh shouted, you're just lazy. That's why you're saying, let us go and offer sacrifices to our Lord. Now get back to work. No straw will be given to you, and you must still produce a full quota of bricks. Do y'all see, this is an NLT Bible. I love the way it's worded. The Israelite foremen could see that they were in serious trouble when they were told you must not reduce the number of bricks you could make each day. As they left Pharaoh's court, they confronted Moses and Aaron, who were outside for them. Now this is the part I want you to get. The foreman said to them, may the Lord judge and punish you for making us stink before Pharaoh and his officials. You have put a sword into their hands and an excuse to kill us. Let's just stop right there real quick because there's more. Let's just stop right there. Listen, the Lord told Moses, I'm going to deliver the Israelite people through you. Y'all with me? Moses finally agreed, okay, let's do this. Moses went to Pharaoh and said, hey, let us go. And Pharaoh said, no, that's funny. Hard pass. Not gonna do that. Actually, I think I'll give y'all more work. I think I'll give y'all more work. And he did. What happened because of that? They got caught in the middle. The Israelites, got caught in the middle. It would get worse before it got better. Sometimes we think that when we agree to go on this mission that the Lord has called us on, that it's just going to get better instantly. Oh, Lord, I accepted you. Okay, let's go. La, la, la. Let's skip. That is not how that's going to go down. It is going to get a lot worse before it gets better. And I'm living proof of that. It got a lot worse for me before it ever got a lot better. But see, that's our thinking. We think, oh, the Lord called us to it. This is going to be easy. I got this. He said he'll be with me. He said that he's got me. He said that we're going to walk in here and take our land back. Let's do it. But what you didn't expect is that some people aren't going to be so happy that you decided to do that. And some people are going to oppress you even more once you make that decision. This is some good stuff this morning. It will get worse, or it could get worse before it gets better. Don't think that just because you have accepted your calling, that it's just better. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. And then these poor Israelite foremen, They're mad now. They confronted Moses and Aaron, waiting outside for them. And they said to them, may the Lord judge and punish you for making us stink before Pharaoh and his officials. You put a sword into their hands and an excuse to kill us. Man, they were standing in front of and blaming the exact person that was getting ready to lead them out of this shenanigans. They was getting ready to lead them out. They were mad at him. Sometimes you're mad at and standing right in front of the person that's going to help deliver you out of the mess you got yourself into. But they were mad at him. They got caught in the middle. But you just got to trust the process. You just got to trust the process. I promise it's got a beautiful ending. Okay?
Just getting my phone from
You need to do something with your hair, buddy. It's got all kinds of sticking up in the back. We got to get your hair cut. But then it says, verse 22, then Moses went back to the Lord and protested. Why have you brought all this trouble on your people, Lord? Why did you send me? Ever since I came to Pharaoh as your spokesman, he has been even more brutal to your people, and you have done nothing to rescue them. Oh, man. We've all been Moses. We've all been Moses. Moses, brother, you literally just stood before him one time. Like, this is getting ready to get better. But, man, we got some plagues to go through first. Moses, you really giving up so soon? We got things to do first. I told you that when I was sending you out, they was going to ask you to leave. I was going to break this stronghold so good that they were going to ask you to leave. They were going to force you out. And they wasn't just going to force you out of this land. They were going to give you gifts to take with you. I told you how this was going to go. Now trust me. Never said it would be easy. Said I wouldn't send you out empty-handed is what I said. Right? Moses was a lot like us. He expected faster results and fewer problems. He said, I've accepted it, Lord. We're going where you called me, Lord. We got this. It's going to be easy. Wrong. So very wrong. Just because you walked into your calling doesn't mean fewer problems and faster results. It's not how that works, my friends. That's part of what's wrong, is our thinking that this is going to be easy. It's not. I want to promise you something from the other side, though, of where I'm at right now. I look back on my struggling now, and I worship because of it. I worship the Lord. Oh, because the stronger your stronghold, the bigger your worship. I'm telling you what, when you are delivered from it. Growth. Yes, I love that. Growth is to be uncomfortable. Yes. Yes. When God is at work, it doesn't exclude hardship. We have to trust in his plan. Right? I'll be getting all kinds of messages this morning. We got to trust in his plan. We'll keep reading. We'll go to Exodus 6, verse 1. Then the Lord told Moses, now you will see what I will do to Pharaoh. When he feels the force of my strong hand, he will let the people go. In fact, he'll force them to leave his hand. Pharaoh wanted to work them harder and call them bluff, right? But in the end, he would force them out. Right? Pharaoh's a wishy-washy king. First he agrees, then he don't, then he says he will, then he says he won't. And, he's back and forth. He's wishy-washy. Yes, I love that protection that isn't revealed. Yes. A gentle reminder. Holly. Moses was just asking him why he had done nothing. But God would fill every single one of these promises to a T. It's just going to take some plagues first. It's going to take a process. He would do everything he said he would. It just wouldn't happen the way that Moses thought it would. Right? You might have an idea of how you think it should go. But that probably isn't how it's going to happen. You have to trust the process. You have to know that he will fulfill every promise. Everyone. To a T. But how you get there, that's also up to him. And it's a process. And it won't happen overnight. And it'll be hard. It might be the hardest thing you ever do. I'll be honest with you. It was rough getting here. But now, he has changed me so much and molded me so much that the old me ain't even in question anymore. I love you. Thank you.
By the way, turn your Bluetooth off.
I appreciate that. Hold on, gotta turn the Bluetooth up. Hey.
Oh, no.
Yep, it's a process. Yes, God will take you on the path least traveled to reach most people. I love that. I did cut Bluetooth off. Ethan told me. But that was so good. It was so good. And just let me read you something else. God would we're gonna close this out. Got 10 minutes. My leg's asleep. Oh no. Let's go to Exodus 6, verse 9. So Moses told the people of Israel what the Lord had said. But they refused to listen anymore. They had become too discouraged by the brutality of their slavery. They were discouraged and didn't want to hear anymore. You've been there. You've been there. You have been discouraged. Yeah, I have an Amazon storefront in my bio, and all the Bibles I use are there. This one is the Chronological Order Expressions Bible. I think it actually looks white, like in a white package or something on Amazon. But it's linked there. If it's not there, there's many places that I think you can get it if you'll just get the name of it, if they have it restocked. Sometimes we quit listening to the Lord, right? Because we've become discouraged. And we don't want to hear anymore. And we don't want to hear it anymore. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Go back to Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, and tell him to let the people of Israel leave his country." "But Lord," Moses objected. "Moses, bless your heart, man. My own people won't listen anymore. How can I expect Pharaoh to listen to me? I'm such a clumsy speaker." But the Lord spoke to Moses and Aaron and gave them orders for the Israelites and for Pharaoh, the king of Egypt. The Lord commanded Moses and Aaron to lead the people of Israel out of Egypt. It's those with persistent faith that can still obey the orders, even when you're just discouraged yourself. Right? It's okay to be discouraged. It happens to us all, right? It's okay to be discouraged. It's just what you do with it. Are you going to let it stop you from becoming who you're supposed to be? Are you going to let it keep you from relying on the Lord? Are you going to let it stop you from studying your Bible and growing closer to Him? What are you going to do with your discouragement? That's what's going to matter. Moses was discouraged. He kept objecting, persisting, like, "This ain't for me. You chose the wrong one. Lord, they're not listening to me." The Lord was like, "I know." I can imagine it just, "I know. I got this. You got to. I don't care what's going on." Like, it's okay to become discouraged if the task seems just impossible to do. But will you do it anyway? Because you know the Lord sent you to it. That's the question. Will you be discouraged and still willing? That's what set Moses apart. Moses was quite often discouraged. Yes, he was. You often found Moses in places where he had no business being. Be honest with you. He objected, persisted, but he did it anyway. He was discouraged often, but he kept moving, and he kept listening, and he kept obeying. So it's okay to be discouraged, but you can be discouraged and keep listening to the Lord. Quit. Hayden does it. All at the same time. I hate when my dog does that. I did also write down, though, to close out. You got 5 minutes, 6 minutes, really. Moses tried to make this about him, but it wasn't ever about him or his ability. Moses was focusing on the wrong thing. Protesting instead of trusting. Right? And Moses had faith. You knew he had faith because even though he was persistent in protesting, he still did what he was asked to do. Right? But he was making it about him. But Lord, I can't. But Lord, what if they don't believe me? But Lord, they're not listening to me. But Lord, I'm not a good enough speaker. I said Moses tried to make it about him. But it wasn't about him or his ability. He was always focusing on protesting instead of trusting. But he did have faith. Because he went. Even in the protesting, even in the disbelief, even through it all, he did what the Lord asked him to do. To me, I think Moses serves as a person that can remind us, or this is just what it's speaking to me right now in this time of my life. A person that reminds us that it's okay to be discouraged. It's okay to, bless your heart, buddy. It's okay to be discouraged. It's okay to worry, maybe. But don't let those things that are trying to stand in your way keep you from listening and doing what the Lord has asked you to do, what He's called you to do, what He's told you to do. Don't let those things stay in the way. Don't let the people not believing in you or being scared that they won't stand in your way. Don't let your ability to not speak good, whatever your not speaking good is, stand in your way. Don't let your discouragement stand in the way. Moses done one thing. It resulted a little badly. By little, I mean a lot. For the people. And the people automatically counted Moses out. Automatically. The Israelite foreman was mad at him. And now the people wouldn't listen to him because they had become too discouraged by what they were going through. But Moses and Aaron were getting ready to lead these people out of slavery. But it wouldn't stop there. No. See, the Israelites had this cycle of, I'm happy, I'm not. I'm happy, I'm not. I'm happy, I'm not. I believe in the Lord, I don't. I believe in the Lord, I don't. And we're going to see all about it. But they had this whole cycle of, God's good, no He's not. How's He going to feed us? God's good, no He's not. Like this whole cycle. They went back and forth. And you want to know what? That cycle costed them 40 years in the wilderness. The journey from Egypt to the promised land was supposed to last, it's 11 or 12 days. They turned an 11 to 12 day journey into 40 years in the wilderness. It's about to be a lot to learn, my friends. About to be a lot to learn. But look at me, on time. 2 minutes before 8:30. I'm telling you, if today could get any better. If today could get any better. All right. I think I've answered all the questions this morning, too. Some good studying this morning, I do feel like. I do feel like that was some good studying. And I cannot wait to get into, this more and talk about it more. And it's going to be some good stuff. It's going to be some good stuff. I'm having a good day. I'm having a good day. Yes, Holly. Yes, they were. They were going to spend a lot of time complaining. Yep. We're about to go right into all that. But I love you guys. I hope this message was good for you this morning. I hope it definitely poured into you on Monday. Scared me to death. Shoo! Jeez. Woman. Coffee is right here. But I've been up since 5:10. So, no, we're not going to start all that now. Don't hurt yourself getting to him. All right, I got to go take care of these dogs. He's going to run right back in here. Y'all are so sweet. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. All right, I love y'all. Haley walked in, caused the whole scene. All right, I love y'all so big. I hope y'all have a great day, and I will see you guys later. Bye, guys.